tumbleweeds for supper.
Are you cooking?
I make a mean tumbleweed.
Can't wait.
Are you cooking? One of us is always cooking. That's what makes it fun.
So we're Jim and Brenda.
Oh, yes, we are.
We're out here twice a day, sunrise and sunset, to help heal our brains.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
We talk about weird nude stories that are more positive.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of things you'll never hear on this channel, up to including gory stories
Oh,
or political stories, which is hard to tell the two apart. But
that sounded very political.
it did?
Gory stories.
Oh,
Can't tell them apart.
can't tell them apart. Oh, well, that's why you don't hear any. So that's good. And there's a lot going on tonight, including the Veterans Crisis Line. Here's how that works. It's confidential support 24/7 for veterans. And the veteranscrisisline.net is available on chat.
It's veterans. You type in the address bar, veteranscrisisline.net/chat.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been on this piece of paper I've had printed off for a year.
And yesterday, I think, was the first time I noticed it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Crazy.
you can always text them 838-255. 838-255.
And I think I'll keep scrolling at the bottom during all our broadcasts, but then I bring up the solid one, the solid banner. That's not the ticker banner.
Yeah.
I think the ticker is kind of cool.
I think the ticker is very cool. I'm loving the technology you're developing.
I just wish more chocolate chips came with it.
We can work on that. Oh, the Veterans Crisis Line, that's for everybody. Everybody can use it. But the veterans get priority by pressing 1 after they dial 988.
Yep, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I belabor that fact too much?
I don't know. Why are you turning pages?
Well, we're moving ahead.
Are we?
Yeah.
We didn't do the weather. We didn't do the Ellen Birdstein's birthday.
We did the weather this morning. And nothing has changed. A mix of snow and rain across the Great Lakes, icy conditions in Wisconsin and Michigan. The plains will stay mostly dry with cloudy skies, and temps in the 30s. Right now it's 43 in Watertown, South Dakota.
Yeah, I just have 2 things on. I am very comfortable. I'm not cold at all.
You do run hot.
I do. No breaks.
No breaks either. Happy birthday.
Ellen Bernstein and Nicholas Hout and Larry Bird. He's a baseball player. And Terrell Owens, he's a football player. And today the basketball. Larry Bird's basketball. Historical events. Today was the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941.
Yeah.
Lost my uncle then, and they just got his remains back, like not last summer, but the summer before.
Yeah.
So 80 some years later, they identified his remains
Mm.
and sent him. He got the whole white. What was that white?
Oh, it's the Navy. And those, like the dress whites, I guess.
Yeah, the dress whites. He had the whole thing up in little town in Browns Valley, Minnesota. It was
pretty cool ceremony. Yeah.
Yeah, we never ever he passed away before we were born, but he still made you cry.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was your dad's brother.
Yep.
Oh.
Uncle Bud.
Almost nothing would grow in the Dust Bowl. Need a little fertilizer or what? Nothing would grow during the Dust Bowl time. Weeds like lamb's quarters, they were all over the place. And then tumbleweeds continue to thrive. Families resorted to brining the weeds and storing them to eat in the winter. The Ball Canning Corporation spearheaded an effort to spread canning skills to families affected by the Dust Bowl. Nearly 4,000 communities had canning kitchens which provided food to struggling families. Popcorn was once considered a breakfast food, but In the Dust Bowl, people liked it. They ate it like, oh no, it wasn't considered a breakfast food. It was considered a breakfast food. I'll get it here in a minute.
And in the Dust Bowl, people ate it like cereal in a bowl with milk.
Yeah.
Popcorn was cheap. It often went for 5 to 10 cents a bag, so it was affordable even for families hit hard by the Depression. I didn't know that.
Oranges were scarce in the Dust Bowl. Mildred Armstrong recalls that while berries were plentiful, oranges and bananas were a rare treat because there wasn't enough citrus for a proper marmalade. Families instead opted to making carrot marmalade. Probably okay. The recipe called for just one orange and a little honey. The Dust Bowl had a bounty of nothing except rabbits. Rabbits did very well in that environment.
Hi, Shirley McFarland.
They liked that warm, dry weather. Aside from acting as a vital food source, rabbits were also hunted because they ate what very few crops ever came up. Rabbits would come in and wipe them out overnight. Farmers called the rabbits Hoover hogs after the president. After President Hoover, who citizens blamed for the Great Depression, Jack, biscuit, and beans became the standard Dust Bowl era meal.
Wild.
Eat little jackrabbit, a biscuit, and some beans.
Like,
oh man, it is so nice out here. We don't have to go in tonight, do we? Let's just stay out here on the deck.
So it's good. Well, we had to keep the puppy in because he's, I think he'd be a runner if we lived in town.
I think he would be.
That'd be bad.
He'd be a runner if you let him out here.
Because he's a little blind and he's a little deaf, and that's a bad combination for a little dog.
And he's catching on to I don't know. When you have him on a leash, he doesn't buck it at all.
No.
Not constantly acting like he's trying to go. But boy, if you turn him loose, you better be prepared to take the shortcut because he'll outrun you with legs about this big.
Well, if I would have had just a lead on him, I could have stepped on it.
Oh yeah.
On the lead. So.
A lot of people, like Lowell Jorgig, collect old postcards, but he collects them and he doesn't hold on to them. He's a 95-year-old guy from Stockton, California. He's retired from the U.S. Postal Service. When he finds places that postcards catch his eye, it's been a long time hobby. He's bought them. You can buy a lot of old used postcards at auctions. And some of those people never throw them away. But this guy went out and got them, and he recycled them. He said he's seen a lot of changes over the last century, and he likes to send history. Jorig said last year, Jorig came across a postcard that shows the old post office on Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. The building once served as the post office department's headquarters, so he mailed it to the Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy.
Hi, Carrie Lee. I
said to myself, he said, by golly, I think I'll send it back to where it can be appreciated. Heritage is important. Jorig wrote. Deloy wrote back and thanked him and said he was surprised and delighted to get such a postcard. Maybe 2 out of 10 people will reply, he said. Jorig remembers growing up in the 30s when postcards were in their heyday. Sending postcards in those days was the thing to do, he says. Businesses and buildings were depicted on postcards. Lots of people used to save those postcards in their scrapbooks. And I know we've both seen them. Maybe we don't both remember them, but the old post office in Uptown Watertown, that made a nice postcard with that big concrete eagle up on top with his wings spread. That was a very good postcard.
I don't know where's that one. Isn't that where the attorney's office is?
Nancy Turbeck.
Yeah, and the radio station used to be above it
Yeah.
in there or below it or beside it or
beside it. Yeah. And then The gas station that was a teepee in Millbank, no, in Watertown,
Oh,
they had a postcard too.
I don't know a gas station that had a teepee.
It died out in the 50s.
Oh, yeah, and I was born in the 50s, so.
Yeah, no, you missed that one.
So do you, though.
Nuh-uh. I was awake in the 50s.
You were born in 1950 and not in this town.
And in Aberdeen town.
Did they have one in Aberdeen as well?
No,
Oh,
no. In the 1980s, he began collecting vintage postcards of beautiful buildings when he lived in Minnesota with his wife. Now a widower, he continues the hobby, except the joy now comes from returning the postcards to their place of origin. That was a very good idea.
who does he pick to send it to? Just the post office itself?
That would be one place. I don't know. I don't wonder how he does decide who to mail them to. But if you get a postcard from, I don't know, let's see, what's this little LaBolt, South Dakota? Mail it to somebody in LaBolt. They'll get a kick out of that.
But why'd need their address? That's what I don't know.
Oh, that's what the internet's for.
Oh, that's what it's for.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you learn something new on every show. I didn't know what it was for.
Why'd they ever invent this internet? So you could mail back postcards.
Sure.
Yeah. 2 French kings were taken out by doors. And there's no punchline here. This is not a joke. Okay?
I don't even know what it means. Doors fell on them?
No. They ran into him. 2 kings of France perished by smashing their heads on the top part of a door, or the lintel, it's called.
Oh, the doors were too short.
We'll finish the story, and you tell me if the doors
Okay.
were too short.
Okay.
Charles VIII, in 1498, he got hit on the lintel, and then Louis III was chasing a fair lady who was also on a horse, and she was trying to get away from him. She was on that horse on August 5th, 1882. When they passed through a door, boom, the horse went through, but not the king, who broke his skull and died immediately. She must have ducked.
Huh. Weird.
Don't forget the duck, king.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Ad campaigns have created a British lunch tradition, helped commercialize American healthcare, and were responsible for one of the most sacred corporate traditions of the 20th century.
What do you think that would be? A sacred tradition of the 20th century.
Sacred tradition?
Not sacred, but they called it sacred, but it is an important tradition. It's the coffee break.
Oh. Break time, yeah. Okay.
Though coffee had been a popular drink for centuries, it was only in the mid-20th century that the term coffee break came into existence. It was commissioned by the Pan American Coffee Bureau, the Manhattan-based ad agency, and the Federal Advertising Agency. They teamed up on us. They introduced that term in 1952. The copy read, "Give yourself a break. Get what coffee gives to you."
It says give yourself a coffee break.
Do you like that? Give yourself a coffee break. Get what coffee gives to you. Huh. I guess. The campaign was successful enough that by 1953, more than 75% of businesses allowed coffee breaks.
Cool.
That's a good idea.
Don't you get 15 minutes every 2 hours on normal jobs?
You know, no, I didn't. I don't know.
Ellen didn't either on her 8-hour shift as a pharmacist. There weren't breaks for her.
No.
There was no one qualified to be in there when she left.
You know, when I was a hottie, we got
What's a hottie?
A hottie is the guy who puts the bricks up on the scaffolding and makes the mud and flings it up on the board.
That's a way different definition of what I thought.
HODD.
Okay. Hi, Brian.
What did I say? When I was a hottie,
You were here when you were hottie.
and you saw it with teas.
I just thought, ooh. He's like, he's hot.
HODDIE.
Way different than hot tea. Okay.
Or a hod carrier, they call them.
Oh, okay.
And I bet I can still make a good, I bet I can make a good, what do you call that little wheel that goes around?
I don't know.
Cement mixer full of mud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Man, if you get it right, it is so nice. And all the bricklayers up on the wall holler, good mud, good mud. They get, and then if you make it runny, they walk by and flip their, what's that tool called? Their trowel. Their trowel at you. Whip that water down on you. I mean, it's like, it was a brutal job. I mean, no, it wasn't brutal. Everybody was having fun. But, well, anyhow.
More than 5 million Canadians, approximately 1 in 8 of us, are living with a mood, anxiety, or substance use disorder.
Yes.
So get outside.
Get outside, spend a couple hours with us. The prevalence of mental disorders is on the rise, with a third of those disorders reported as being unmet or partially met by the mental health care services. The stresses of the city, where more than 70% of Canadians now live, can increase the risk of poor mental health. When most people think about caring for their mental health, they may think about getting more exercise, getting more sleep, and making sure they're eating healthy, and that's a really good start. Increasingly, though, research is showing that spending time in nature, surrounded by plants and wildlife, can also contribute to preventing and treating mental illness.
Yeah, the sun's rays are healing. Hi, Laverne Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this is good therapy, I think.
Yep.
The research focuses on the importance of birds and trees in the urban neighborhoods in promoting mental health and well-being. In the study, they combined more than a decade of health and ecological data across 36 Canadian cities and found a positive association between greater bird and tree diversity and self-rated mental health. Protecting the wild areas and parks, planting pollinator gardens, and reducing pesticide use could all be key strategies to protecting urban wildlife and promoting people's well-being. You know, if you have a son or a daughter who's an urban planner, ask them about that.
Take note and have them planted into the city or some project they're doing.
Yeah. And I think they do a pretty good job, urban planners.
I don't know.
They don't just want everything covered in blacktop. You know,
I don't know that I've been around any.
urban planners. Yeah.
You may have in your radio career, but
Yeah.
I haven't in my real estate or auction career. So
Yeah. Well, we probably rubbed shoulders with them though, because they're all over the place.
Sure. Like ants?
Just like ants. Brian says, good evening, Brian. Oh, Carrie said, good evening. Hi, Carrie.
And Laverne.
Who's that up there?
Shirley McFarland.
Oh, it is. Okay.
She
and
said,
there's
love
Laverne.
your pickles.
Everybody's here.
Yeah.
We're getting there. Oh, ever watch a DVD? Ever look at a DVD? One of those big discs? Video, DVR, digital. Those great big things you could rent and watch movies.
I don't remember them being big, but
They were as big as, well, they were 12 inches.
like a record?
Like a long play record.
Oh.
But they were a hassle. God darn it. But that was the big thing there, and everybody went out and bought them, but you had to go rent the video player. Like, gee, what a mess those days were. We were really abused.
Just like where you were just struggling with those explanations there, VHS, DVD. I was talking with Jerry Hofteaser one day when I was still at Remax. And she goes, the DVDs, the VHS. And she goes, I don't know, the STDs, what are they? That was pretty funny.
That is funny.
Yeah,
She was a sweetheart.
she was fun. Yeah.
Not only were those discs that we've been talking about as large as a vinyl record, they weighed more than a half a pound. Compare
I've never seen them.
compare that to a DVD,
Hmm.
which weighs about half an ounce.
Hmm.
That was perhaps one of the earliest signs that the laser disc was going to take a nosedive.
Hmm.
Not the most practical thing to have around the house.
So you bought them? You didn't rent them?
Uh, well, everybody else bought them. I never bought one. I wouldn't buy them.
I never even saw them. So
Yeah.
must have been in a time frame where I was busy.
You're probably pretty busy. Beyond that DVD and all that other stuff, they were remarkably expensive for home media compared to the VHS or another DVD. Your average laser disc would run you close to $100, which by today's standard is closer to $300 when you take into inflation into the mix.
Gee.
Players were even more expensive, and due to the weight of laser discs, players were loud too.
Hmm.
The force it took to spin the disc made a whirring noise that could be quite distracting for the viewers. Beyond this, they were remarkably expensive for home media consumption when you compare them to a VHS or a DVD. Now that I think of it, we never did fall for that. Yeah.
Hmm.
And then what was that red box they used to mail them to us?
I never had any red box mail to us, but their red box is set up outside like Walgreens.
Yeah.
You put in a nickel or a dollar or whatever and get one to rent. Put in a nickel, get a video. Not
Yeah.
nickel, it's a dollar, $5. I don't even know what it
It
is.
was something, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your average laser disc would run you close to $100, which would be $350 today.
That's just to watch one movie?
Yeah. No, you can rent more discs to put in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
But
player.
the player, yeah.
Oh, the player.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
player.
Hmm. Now, where I'd preferred to be outside, probably in whatever era that was.
Yeah. And they were loud with a whirring sound that was a distraction.
Hmm.
And then there was the fact that Laserdisc had to be turned over halfway through the show.
Mary Cordell says, "Good evening, Jim and Brenda. So nice out today." And it is nice. Yeah, I don't even have a coat on. I just have 2 sweatshirts.
I dressed for winter.
I'd be dying in both. These are both, they're a little heavier weight, but they're still, usually I have my big winter coat over this.
And then along came the laser discs. When it ran out, you had to flip it over in the middle of the film because they could only store a maximum of 64 minutes per side. Laser discs would have to be flipped at least once every use.
Hmm.
This was also an issue with VHS tapes.
Hmm.
But with those, they always came with another tape, so you just pop one out, put one in.
Hmm.
VHSs and VCRs had the advantage of being able to record television programs. The laser disc could not do that.
Ellen and Julie know how to record shows, but I never bought whatever they,
Yeah,
or maybe, I don't know. I have no, I never was part of that.
yeah.
Hi, Aunt Turkey and West Turkey. Hi, you guys.
And then some people figured out on their player to set the clock so that when Seinfeld came on, it would record it so they could watch it when they came home.
But I never even bought that service. I think you may have had it before we met, whatever it was called, that disc that, I don't know what it's called because I never had it.
Redbox, yeah.
No, it was a service that you had a big dish out here.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I'll think of it here in a minute.
I just thought, like, when microwaves first came out, I thought, what a waste of money. I never wanted one.
Yeah.
Same with the dishwasher. We got it when I was 50. I just started using it, and I'm going to be 68, I think, in a few days. I've never liked them.
And it's funny that thing didn't all dry out on the inside.
It never did.
Spray water when you turn it up, but it's a good dishwasher.
It's good. Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of fun.
Hi, Donna Crowell.
Hi, Donna. DVR, Donna
Oh,
reminds us.
DVR.
Video recorder.
Video. I never, yeah, Ellen and Julie know how to run those, but I never, because I never had one, I never learned. So I
Yeah.
am able to learn. I just don't.
And us sitting here is living proof of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brenda does a lot with StreamYard,
With this technology stuff,
Facebook,
YouTube.
and there's something else out there too.
I don't know, but I want to do something with Ann Torkey. So I want you to call me Ann Torkey, and I want to set something up with you with this. I'm figuring that out how to do it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I like that. And
Digital.
I have.
Digital.
We can get a hold of her.
Well, we have Wes's phone number, but I don't have Ann's.
Yeah.
So maybe Wes, you could text Jim.
Oh, yeah. Good
Ann's
idea.
phone number, and then I'll get it. I'll forward it to my phone.
Yep, that's a very good idea.
Yeah.
So, Wes, you got an assignment tonight. Just sitting around the house enjoying an evening. Now he's got a job. Get Ann's phone number and text it to me.
To you, because he has your phone number.
And then I'll send it to Brenda.
Yeah.
This is a team we got going.
That's right.
Takes a team to watch a movie around here. And then there's that private Facebook group with more than 8,600 members doing its part to preserve a tradition that might seem out of step in the digital age. That is mailing greeting cards.
Really?
Yeah. The group is called Random Acts of Cardness. It allows members to post greeting card requests for themselves or for others, such as a coworker dealing with an illness, or a loss, or a friend, or celebrating a birthday or an anniversary. Any reason in the world, you just get a hold of these guys at Random Acts of Cardness, and they'll get you set up. Other members then responded by the request by mailing cards to strangers to provide them with a pick-me-up. We are an entirely volunteer organization, they say, and everybody is welcome to join. That's Megan Evans of Wycliffe, Ohio, a resident who started Random Acts of Cardness after her own spirits were lifted by a greeting card while recovering from a serious illness in 2015. We truly could not exist without the Postal Service. Our cards are delivered by men and women in blue, and they're invaluable beyond measure. That's nice.
So Aunt Torquay says, what do you mean? Well, it's easier to talk on the phone when we're done here or after supper or whatever. And then West Torquay says, I can't find you on YouTube. My YouTube channel is at Brenda K. Asap with my middle initial K.
Yeah.
At Brenda K. Asap.
Well, if you go to YouTube already, you're at YouTube.
Because remember, he's been flipping back and forth between them, and now he lost me. Oh.
But I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think when you're working with YouTube, you don't have to put an at in front of it.
That's just Carrie Lee sent me her YouTube address. It's like Carrie Lee at Carrie Lee.
Oh.
And mine does yours is at Jim.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yours is at like Jim Asap, but you got a bunch of numbers after yours. When you have more subscribers, then those numbers fall off, and then it's just your name. So it's that at symbol, Brenda K. Asap, but you can just type Brenda K. Asap too in the search bar of YouTube.
Yeah.
And it'll take you there.
It'll take you there.
And then it's going to take a little setting up, and we're going to have to practice. I'm going to practice with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be good for the Tupperware stuff as well. Yeah. Oh, I found you over here. Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Hi, Karen Tyler. Over here. Yay. Yay, yippee.
We don't mean to be a moving target. It's just the way it worked out.
Yeah, because I'm going to also stream to other platforms. It just takes a little setup. Somebody maybe not me could do it faster, but but here I am doing it.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get here, but here we are.
Yeah. Well, 4:17 was quitting time.
But that's not a time. It's up here. We don't go by anything on there.
Well, so it's just now just hit 30 minutes.
Hey,
Yeah.
well,
So good for you. Oh, Harold Mack. Good to have you see us.
hi, Harold Mack.
Oh, I think I know Harold Mack.
His name rings a bell. I have some Max, little old report card,
Oh,
but I can't remember. And he was, I think, born in 55 like me. But I
oh,
have it in I don't know. It was after when an auction was being cleared up. That was something that was going in the trash. And I saw it and I thought, oh, I was born then. I'll pick it up and someday I'll run into whoever this is.
oh, Harold.
I don't know whose name it is.
I'm remembering Harold now. Harold, I do remember you. You're the guy whose report card we have.
I don't know that.
No,
But it's a Mac. I like it over here. You are both so cute.
Oh,
We're cute on YouTube. Oh, okay.
Goofy on Facebook, cute on YouTube.
Jim knows me from.
LATI, yep.
Oh.
I was remembering you, Harold.
Okay.
And he was a good help when I would go up there and do those dances or the city or the school auction. Or you could always depend on Harold.
Sure.
Where's the mop, Harold? It's in there. He'd get it. He'd get it for you after I made a big mess someplace.
Nice.
Yeah. So, a good guy.
Well, it is time
To say goodbye.
to say goodbye, but we'll see you tomorrow morning. And this has been great. We got our eyes full of our photons, so my brain feels a little better.
Yep.
Now I got to go indoors and have some sugar.
Donna Herkus.
Yeah, thank you, Donna Herkus, for the chili. She brought us out a chili last night and a big wreath. I just can't find the hook to hook it over the door so you guys know that it's Christmas season.
Yeah.
We're not decorating this year.
But Donna did a good job with that chili.
That was
really
great.
good.
It was great. And the crackers are
And then a box of crackers.
Really
I wonder, it's Ritz crackers, and they have those individual tubes in there.
But this is different. This is like Ritz, only these are the oblong ones.
Oh yeah.
So they're
these are
townhouse.
Keebler's.
Townhouse or something.
Yeah,
Keebler
Keebler.
Townhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
So, but are there individual packages in there?
Yeah.
Are we obligated to give those back if we didn't eat them yet?
It ain't over.
Okay.
Hi, Don Wangen.
Hi, Don. You just came sliding into home base,
Yeah.
Don. So, well, thanks everybody.
Yeah.
We didn't get to talk about sugar or the people in Paris on the streets.
The Parisians. That's tomorrow morning then.
Yeah. And when Notre Dame burnt down, holy smokes. There were people from Watertown that went there.
To school?
No, just, I can't remember his name. He's a lawyer who lives just across the section. Foley. Vince Foley.
Okay, good night, you guys.
This way this hat is on makes me look like a pirate.
Arr, arr.
Arr, thanks for being
Have
there.
to get the patch over your eye.
Okay, I've got one.
Yep, bye-bye.